What is up, Severance With The Boys fans? I'm coming at you live from a Canadian Tire parking lot at 8 a.m. I got a visit from Seth Milchek this week. He claims to be my boss at my job, and he said my innie is requesting videos from myself and the rest of the guests predicting what's going to happen in this week's Severance Season 2 finale. So here's mine. Drummond is going to die. It's about time, to be honest. I think he is going to attack Mark, and then Milchek's going to run in and turn full heel and save Mark, and maybe accidentally kill Drummond, or just deliberately, who knows. Either way, Drummond's gonna die. I think Mark's gonna have to make a terrible choice regarding Gemma and Helly. Not sure what it is yet, but we'll find out. Yeah, that's my predictions, so enjoy the finale. Bye.
What up, Severance With The Boys fans? It's your boy, John D. My prediction for Severance Season 2 finale, we're going to find out more about James being a big old bastard, as we saw him come up from the lower levels in the last episode, saying my Helly. I think Helly has been severed previously, and I think some weird shit's going to happen with her taking on knowledge of prior Egans and weird stuff like that, because that's kind of what they're building up in the background. It's weird. I also think that somehow Helly is going to save Gemma, and then maybe Helly will take her place, and then there'll be like the split thing between Mark of I've got Gemma back, but my innie loves Helly, what do I do? Sad face Mark again. Don't think we'll see any more Earthen Birds for this season anyway, and I hope Milchek starts a fire. Love you, bye.
Hey guys, I'm in the supply closet. I have some predictions for the finale, but they can't hear it. One, I don't think reintegration's possible, Cobell's gonna tell Mark that reintegration isn't possible. Only one of you lives. Either your innie lives or your outie lives, but it can't be both. Two, I think that Irving is a vessel for Kier Egan. Three, and that's why Bert sent him away. Three, I think Cobell is gonna kill James Egan right in front of Helena, and then that both of them are gonna eat James Egan. Four, I think Petey's a goat person now. I don't think we're actually going to address that in the finale. I think we've lost track of that plot completely, but he's a goat person. He's alive, but he's a goat. He's dead and alive, and he's a goat person now. But I don't think we're going to return to that. Four, Miss Wong is going to kill Drummond right in front of Milchek, and then they're going to do a dance party, a forbidden dance party. Okay, I have to go.
Hello, it's Emma P from Wellness, and these are my predictions for the final episode of Season 2. I think that Dylan will learn to appreciate his wife more and his kids, and I think that Bert will catch a train and meet up with Irvin, and I think that Helly will rescue Gemma, and they'll go up in the elevator and she'll become Helena, but they'll all escape and go off into the sunset and go and have pancakes. Thank you.
Hey guys, my theory for the finale is we are going to have a big scene where Irving is being chased on the train by doppelgangers, and he tries to get out, and he runs around the side of the train, and he climbs up onto the top, and just as he gets there, there's a low bridge, and gets head cut off. That's my theory.
Hello, Belinda here. Just sending over my prediction for the Severance season finale. I definitely think there's going to be some big reveals between the conversation with Mark and Cobell. Probably going to be learning a lot more about what Lubin is up to. At this point, pretty convinced that they're trying to bring the Egans back to life, possibly through the data refinement and AI and all of that good stuff. But definitely anticipating some sort of cliffhanger in, classic Severance fashion. Probably some kind of face-off between Mark and Helena of sorts. But yeah, super looking forward to seeing what actually happens.
Hey boys, Matt L from Narratives Composable here. I guess they activated the OTC to get my predictions on what's going to happen this week in the finale, and I gotta say, I think Milchek's going to come through in the clutch. I think that he's going to save the goddamn day, and it's going to make everybody so happy, but I also think that Cobell is absolutely going to turn heel and completely over everybody we love. Mark, Devin, or even Ragabi, they're all going to get burned because Lumen's going to dangle credit for the technology in front of her face or something equally cruel, and she's going to burn them because of course she is. Why would she do anything different?
I apologize it took so long for me to get this to you, but Lumen's been working me like a dog. Maybe I should have said like a goat. Anyways, I have a theory for you, and it has to do with the implant itself. I think it has a fatal flaw that Lumen is trying to fix, in that it can't block or sever emotion. That's why Milkshake relies so much on incentives like food, music, balloons, that sort of stuff, and discipline, i.e. the break room. And what I think MDR are actually doing is working on trying to control emotions on top of separating memories. The Innies aren't just doing random work. The numbers they sort might be code that interact with their implants and tweaking their emotional responses, so to speak. And then there's Cold Harbor, which I believe will be Lumen's attempt to suppress love. The one thing that kind of keeps leading Innies towards disobedience. Lumen isn't just making workers, basically they're making robots, essentially, or that's their end game. Love what you're doing. Cheers.